What's going on, everybody? Zach here, TBF Adventures. We're going to continue doing our walkthrough on the Aspen Trail 17BH, but I wanted to go through the basement. So we're going to pull everything out that's in the basement. I've got a table here. We're going to set it out here, and I'm going to run a video through it so you guys can see all the stuff that we give you to use when you're renting our travel trailers. As I pull it out, I'm going to go through it, and then we'll do a video specifically on what's in it. First thing, power cable. This is your 30 amp power cable to get the whole thing hooked up. We have got two levels, one for each tire, depending on how you need to level out. What's really nice about these levels is you put it underneath your wheel, drive up on it, and then we have a locking chock. That is what it's going to do. It's going to go in here and keep the tire from coming off at all. It locks in there, and then you're good to go. You don't have to worry about rolling backwards. It wedges itself in there. Set those to the side, and you got two of them. Two wedges, two ramps. Got a drill with a 19 millimeter socket on the end. That is what's going to operate all of the 4 jack stands. So you don't have to do it by hand. But let's say the battery's dead. I do have a manual jack stand right here if you do need, but we've got a charger that will get out here as well. Next up is your water hose. Water hose with a built-in, with a water filter already on it to make sure we're getting the best possible water to the trailer. Also, there is a unit on here. See if I can show it to you. This bad boy right here. Very important. Do not take it off. It is a water pressure regulator. What that's going to do is that is going to prevent high pressure water that happens in a lot of campgrounds from getting into the camper, the trailer. All right, PEX pipe is plastic pipe, and then they have cramped fittings on them. But that doesn't like high pressure. All right, you need your RV, the pressure going into the water pressure that goes into your trailer needs to be between 45 and 50 psi. That's max, is 50 psi. Anything higher than that, you have a high likely chance that the water pressure can go in, pop a fitting, drain the whole camper. Bad news bears. So this water pressure regulator will regulate the water that goes into the camper under 55 psi. There's a lot of times you go into campgrounds where the water pressure hits over 100. That is going to cause problems. But we've got you covered here. Just please do not take it off, because if that results in flooding, you're going to be responsible for that. The other tip to always remember is anytime you're leaving the camper for more than 10 minutes, just walk around, turn the water off. That's the catch-all, save-all. Just turn the water off when you're not in the camper and you're not by the camper. That way you'll never come back to water flooding it out. As a guy who lives full-time, I've seen it one too many times, and it's never fun. So next up, we've got a couple totes. We've got a tote of supplies. We've got another tote. All right. Also, we've got what are called drop-ins. Okay, I keep these underneath just because why not? And you can see here, they're all almost like dishwasher pods, fat dishwasher pods. What these are going to do is, if you notice the black tank or the bathroom being a little stinky, someone took a good number 2 and it's smelling up the camper, drop one of those in there. It's going to drop down in that tank. It's going to dissolve. It's going to help break down the enzymes that are in there, and it's going to neutralize the odor. During a camping trip, one every couple days, depending on how full the tank is. But anytime you empty the tank, drop one of those in there, pour some water in there, flush the toilet a couple times. That way that helps keep the smell going away. All right, now let's go through these totes so you guys can see what else we have in here. All right, first tote. This is what I call my supply tote. Typically my drill is going to be in this tote. You've got 2 extension cords just in case you need them. You've got a handy little nightlight. So a lot of times what I do at nighttime is I take this and I plug it in right there, and it gives you a light on the steps in case you're coming out at nighttime in the dark. You've got handy little LED light. You can use that for outdoor lighting, or you can put it underneath the trailer, whatever, just something to have in case you need it. You've got a converter. This is a 30 amp connection. That's a 110 connection. If you're at a place, a campground, where the 30 amps not working and you want to get some shore power because your batteries are dead, you can plug into 110. I keep some rags in here in case you guys need them for anything. My son left his gun in here. That might be in there, might not. I always keep a little bit of a tube of silicone in there. It's more for me. Don't worry about it. You don't have to mess with it, but it's usually in there in case you need it. This container right here, this is the black hose and the riser. So what I've got here is I've got a fitting that hooks up to the trailer, and then it has a water hose. You're going to run this hose, set it on this riser so it has fall, because water needs to run down, not up, and that's what's going to go into the tank. I will show you guys how to set this up. There will be some black gloves in here, so you guys have them in one of these two totes. I always try to keep gloves in there for you guys. Put the gloves on when you're using that. It's rinsed out every time, it's cleaned, but better safe than sorry. And a quick overview again, your leveling ramps with your chocks. You've got your water hose with your pressure regulator. You've got your drill, and you've got your power connector, your manual jack lifter, water treatment. These items are always going to be down here in the basement, and the keys that you have will lock that one. I always recommend locking it for the simple reason that my grandpa always told me locks keep honest people honest. If a crook wants in there, he's going to get in there, but let's just not make it easy for him. All right, that is basement contents.